When we talk about controlling a room, not just playing music, but moving energy, shifting the atmosphere. My guest today, he does that effortlessly. One of the most respected DJs out of the city, 15 plus years in the game, national stages, major tours, and still one of the few people that can walk in a room and make it feel exactly how it's supposed to feel. We're not just talking about music today. We're talking about discipline, longevity, and what it really takes to build something that lasts. Today we have Dante's Inferno. Welcome to Polished Perspective.
Glad to be here, but before we start, I want you to do something for me real quick. Say Polished Perspective 3 times really fast. Because I don't
know why the fuck I did this name like that. Polished Perspective, Polished Perspective, Polished Perspective.
Okay.
Now I get tongue-tied from here to there, but we got it.
We outside today. This is Dante's Inferno, not DJ Dante, not DJ Inferno. It is Dante's Inferno. Don't get me in trouble with this copyright, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Dante's
Y'all heard
Inferno.
him. Get it right. All right. So I always like to start here. People see where you are now, but they don't always see how it always started. What was that moment like when you first touched the turntables? Like, and what part of that stuck with you?
I think before I can touch on when I first started the turntables, I gotta kind of start the beginning of me even being a DJ. DJing wasn't something on my radar. It wasn't something that I grew up thinking about. It wasn't something like that I seen my dad or my uncle do. My dad was in a singing quartet. They sang harmonies and stuff. So none of this hippity hoppity stuff that my dad would say. But I came from a musical background. I always had tons of music, always felt music. I still remember the first song as a kid. It was the Whisper song. I remember the dude used to say, "Hey, Scotty." My dad used to listen to the Whispers all the time. So I've been a music head since then. But I was recording, rapping, engineering, making beats, singing, writing for other people. So I was in the music industry as a kid. And we had our whole group. We started off calling ourselves SGC. I ain't gonna tell y'all what that stands for. Y'all might have to look that up.
Now I want to know.
Then it went to Platinum Mind Entertainment, and we kind of like was making big noise in the cities, but we were still kids, so we didn't know really what we were doing. Luckily, we had a few people that was older that was around us that guided us to a different echelon, but we still didn't do what we needed to do only because we were kids. But I decided I wanted to do something that helped the conglomerate whole. And since we all did a little bit of everything, the only thing that we were missing was a DJ. And to make sure when we do our concerts that all our music was on point, to make sure our stuff was getting played in the clubs when we did put it out. So I ventured off and decided like, okay, I'm a DJ. And somehow I just happened to get good at it, and the rest is kind of history from there.
Okay. I do want to know what made you come up with the name Inferno. Like, where did the whole Inferno thing come from?
Oh, that's simple. My mom named me after the dude that wrote Dante's Inferno.
Oh, wow. And you just stuck with you.
Yeah. And I remember when I first started, everybody was like, man, DJ Inferno, that sounds corny. You don't want to come to nothing else. And you got to remember, I was around like the different types of elements. They wanted to give me gang names. Won't you just use your gang name? DJ such and such. And I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want to do that. So, but yeah, I think, and I was always into ancient arts and history and knowledge of self and just knowing about the occult, whether I was following the occult or not, but just knowing about it was always interesting to me. But then when I figured out my name and where my name came from, it only made sense that I carry that into the entertainment industry. So yeah, Dante's Inferno, it actually, even if you think it's corny, it means something. So
Okay. Well, before the big names, before the big name and before the big rooms, there's always those early moments. What were some of those early gigs like?
So my first gigs was no gigs at all. Let's start there. When I first started DJing, I bought turntables, microphones, some speakers, and the speakers was huge, heavy, just ignorant speakers. A mixer, all of this stuff came together. Total was $300. That would tell you how cheap of the equipment I had. I didn't have the money to buy the table, nothing to sit it on. So when I first was learning how to DJ, I was on the floor in my basement DJing on my hands and knees, trying to figure stuff out. So when I say I came from the bottom, I'm not playing. My knees are still ashy
from the bottom to the top.
Yeah. So, but there's so many with the early on stuff. There's so many crazy stories. I don't know which ones that I can pick and choose. I will say one of the turning points in my DJ career was there was a nightclub downtown at the time. I think they called it Access or Elixir, one of the two. And the radio station here, B96, was like the predominant thing. All the DJs was like the dopest DJs, and they was running the city in all the clubs. And so I'm not gonna say his name, but he know who he is. I owe my whole entire career to you because you was an asshole. and it worked out badly for y'all. And I'm gonna tell you why. I went and tried, and it was a Friday night. Club was cracking. It was before prime time hour, so I went up and introduced myself. Hey, I didn't even have a DJ name. I'm like, yo, I just started DJing. I don't really know what I'm doing. Can I, help you out? Learn a few pointers from you. Just be around and just kind of soak up knowledge. He asked me what type of equipment I had. So naturally, I told him about the cheap equipment I had. This food was so disrespectful to me and my equipment and how I couldn't mess with him. And I need to buy this type of equipment. I need the Technique 1200s and woo such and such in order to be around him. I'm like, oh, okay. You don't know who you're talking to. I could just rob you and take your shit. So, so I was like, but instead of taking my normal tendencies to do ignorant stuff, I sat back and I literally said to him, I said, because of this, y'all gonna be asking me for jobs one day. And I remember going home and I remember listening to one of my favorite DJs here, DJ Big Reese, Cole. Mm-hmm. I used to listen to his mixes and go home and try to figure out how he made the sounds, how he made the songs do, how he brung things back. And I shit y'all not, once I figured out what was going on and I caught that rhythm and learned how to do everything on point, it was rap. And the one thing that made me excel so fast was, one, we were doing our own parties and concerts. Two, I was playing all the stuff that we were actually listening to on the ground, in the streets, not the stuff that was on the radio. And the radio DJs couldn't veer off what wasn't on the radio. And you gotta remember, this is in the late 90s, early 2000s, so this is mixtape era. So a lot of the stuff that was buzzing wasn't on these radio stations. So I kind of blew up through the range from there, and then lo and behold, 5-10 years later, them same DJs that was dissing me, the same ones that was disrespecting me, the same ones that was hating on me, was the same one asking me for jobs. And luckily, I was humble enough to say, fuck no, but that's just me.
I do want to touch on that, because in these early stages, like, it's just that when you're so hungry and you're inspired by others and you want to kind of get yourself off the ground, it be that one person to be that's the wind beneath your wings to make you soar. That's what made you really go back to the drawing board. Like, no, I'm gonna get this right, and I'm gonna come back, and you know what I mean? That really kind of helped and drove you more, in my opinion.
That drove me. And there was another defiant moment. So a lot of people don't know Myth, the club Myth. The club that people know now is not when it originally opened up. When it originally opened it up, they had the permit to where we can pack it out full 5,000 people. And Friday night used to be their hip hop night. Now, once again, it's in Maplewood. They were cookie cutter. And I was promoting, and when I tell you we had them Friday nights packed, 5,000 people every Friday. But I couldn't play certain songs. Now, in my head, I kept telling the owners and the general manager and the people in charge of the music, I'm like, we can't keep calling it Hip Hop Friday Nights if I can't play the hip hop that people want to hear. Mm-hmm. This cookie cutter stuff, this is like PG-13.
Y'all in there listening to Kids Bop?
So pretty much that's what it felt like to me. You know, it was like we yin yang twins, blue, 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 all that, and nothing wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. It was, but at some point you gotta remember this is the trap era.
Yeah.
This is when all the TIs and the Gucci's and the Jeezys.
Yep.
And so we booked. The crazy thing about it, think about it. I'm dating myself a little bit. When the biggest song in the world, Soul Survivor, Young Jeezy, we couldn't play it. I couldn't play it. Now, see what I'm saying? This is how crazy this night was. But we had booked Jeezy for a concert. First time Jeezy has ever been here in the cities. It was at Myth nightclub. Nobody, it was insane. But I still couldn't play Jeezy on a Friday night. So one day, I don't know what got into me. I said, you know what? I'm going to just play it and see what happens. And I played Soul Survivor. And everybody in this club, when I tell you everybody in the club, all you heard was Akon and Young Jeezy. And the club went up. Like
bananas.
It just went nuts. I told the light man, turn the lights off. Chorus came. You know how Akon just killed the chorus, right? Everybody singing the chorus. Then when Jeezy go, hey, I had to hit the lights. Went crazy. Then I cut the song off. Uh-huh. Crowd sang the whole song. I'm looking at the GM like, I was like, this about to be my last day, y'all. But we outside
be fine, ain't it?
But the crazy thing about it, they seen the reaction, and they was like, we want this every Friday. I was like, I've been telling y'all this. What's wrong? But okay. I got to remember, I was young. I was known as the super hype crunk DJ. A lot of events, I was like, I have balance now. Yeah. Back then, I didn't have no balance. When I tell you I was tearing these clubs up, I got banned from playing so many songs because it was crazy. Yeah. Like I wish like how people have the recap videos and stuff nowadays. The stuff from back then would have been, man, listen. I was tearing these clubs up. I was the
as you should.
Mr. Tear the club up. That like when I walked in the club, oh man, Inferno here, it's about to go crazy. Somebody about to get shot. That's just how people thought. Like it was just I brung the new energy, and I think that's what people wanted, and they still do. It's the energy from how I DJ, how I put a mix together, how I host, and it just, I don't know. I wish I could say my DJ career I planned out. I wish there's so many things I could do that was different, but I'm here, y'all, and it's been a while, and what can I say?
Yeah, this is 15 years in the game. What I do
15 plus.
15 plus. Yes. 15 plus. What I do want to ask is, give us another moment of when you knew that you could control a room like that. Because that's control, total control. Knowing exactly what they want to hear and exploding right at the right moment.
I think when JD Styles, she booked me to DJ a corporate event full of very rich, very powerful white lawyers.
Okay.
I have never DJ'd anything that had more than 3 white people in the club in my life until that night. But I rocked them old white people. Man, it was off the chain.
What were you in there playing?
Man, I was playing Whip It Good. Boy, I was in there going crazy. Like, my 80s set, the 90s set, pop music. Like, I went, once I figured out that I had a knack for just figuring things out and reading the crowd. I think that's my biggest asset as a DJ, is reading the crowd. And I feel like other people, if you ask them what was my biggest asset, they'll probably say something different. But I don't think people realize it's reading the crowd. Like, for example, I'll be in a strip club, cheeks clapping, all that stuff, and play YMCA. And people will go crazy.
YMCA.
Yes, that YMCA. And like, but it's a time, it's a place, it's the vibe, and you sometimes you got to go for that unknown, and it works out. Like, and you had whole strippers, you had all the gang members, the old ones, the young ones, doing the YMCA in the middle of the strip club. Like, you, I mean, it's so. Yeah, like, I never been fearful. I never been scared to like test the waters, and it's kind of like I take risk, and I think I've just been lucky. And some of it is a calculated risk, but I've been lucky that everything has panned out so far.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's 15 plus years of rocking crowds. It was a journey. It wasn't always easy. I will say that, but. Yeah.
Okay. At what point in your career did it click? I mean, because after doing it for so many years, things kind of get a little repetitive. You know, the market starts to change. You start to grow older. You know what I mean? And out of the nightlife scene. When did it click that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and exactly where I'm supposed to be?
When I was still getting booked for events that were 18 plus, still getting booked events for high school dances and proms, getting booked for bar mitzvahs, getting booked for middle schools. To me, to even if I didn't get these jobs that I was getting at the time, just to be in the conversation of the consideration of a younger generation, I knew this is where I was supposed to be. Even furthermore, when there are people from a younger generation that I've never met in my life, never seen in my life, that'll call me to DJ their events, that even know who I am. Like, for example, a lot of the young artists, they know to come to me to try to get me to get other DJs to play their music, for example. And I'm like, how does you even know who I am? I'm like your grandfather almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. The amount of people who know who I am and to still be relevant after so long. Like, I think at least 15 years straight with no halt, even through the pandemic, still DJing 4+ nights a week.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Like, that's, to me,
you hold weight in the city.
Yep. And I think the other thing, that I'm not stuck in eras. Of course, me personally, there's some new stuff that I like, new artists that I like, but it's definitely artists from my era that I like. And I think I'm one of the DJs that didn't get old and bitter because the music changed. I understood, like, there's still music to this day. There's music that I think is horrible songs.
Yeah.
But I know it's not about what I personally think. It's about reading the crowd and rocking the crowd. And it's also being able to see the big records that's coming. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, when Sexy Red come out, it was so many people against Sexy Red. And I said, listen, she is living the life that almost every girl that you know either want to live or have lived it at some point. She's like the trap queen. And I said, it might not be relatable to me as a man. It might not be relatable to a woman that went to college and got a doctorate in engineering. But there are a lot of women that half the stuff Sexy Red say is very relatable. It shows a brighter side. It gives women freedom, and I sense that. I'm like, everything she does go crazy. It's not even about the music no more with her. It's like the feeling that she gives other women. She makes doctors. If I start playing Sexy Red, if I go to a hospital and play Sexy Red out loud in the hospital, you know what's gonna happen? The doctor's gonna start standing on top of the bed twerking. That's what's gonna happen.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
See?
I carry myself very well. And I don't always relate to what she say, but when I hear ski, I'm
see. Even my mama didn't
Fix
call
my
me
clothes.
ski. Mom, I'm hanging up on you, like. But even people just get it's like you hear things.
Yeah.
Just like her song, he wanna hang with a bad bitch. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is out of here. This is over, because every girl thinks that. Every girl thinks they bad. So this song is gonna take off. See? But yeah, I think just being open to new music and figuring out that I can't DJ the same way
Yeah.
every single time. Not even the same songs, but the style of DJing. I mean, all of y'all, everybody that's watching this, everybody that's in here in the back, the dude that's in the bathroom wiping his ass right now, he didn't heard me DJ somewhere, then he heard me DJing somewhere else and was like, damn, that was you too. Yep. So there's a difference from when I DJ, example, at a strip club versus when I DJ a brunch versus when I DJ R&B XL versus when I DJ Big Six Saturdays. It's all different. Even if I play the same music, the way it's displayed and packaged up and given to you, it's different.
Okay. Well, I do want to go back just a little bit. You DJing 4 to 5 nights a week. Let's bring it back there. What keeps you going? Like, because that's a different level of consistency. It's not regular.
What keeps me going? That's a tough question. I think for the most part, I'm scared of failure. I'm like any regular person, any man, you should be scared of failure. And being fearful and being scared is probably one of the most masculine things you can do, because if you use your fear and your scarcity in the right way, it can push you to new heights. Because you don't want to fail.
That's real.
I have family. I got kids. I want them to not only see me successful, I want them to be able to see me doing something that I'm good at, and because I'm good at it, I can make a living off of it. And that gives them the idea and the freedom to, if they want to do the same thing, or if they want to be in dance, or if they want to be athletes, or they want to be mathematicians, whatever they want to be, it gives them that future. Plus, I feel like it's always a challenge. It's a challenge to me, and to elevate my life, not necessarily to be enriched, like wealthy, but more so enriched to the point to where it's a contrast. Because a lot of people don't know, I've always had a day job the whole entire time I've been DJ. I've never had a day job, because DJing insurance is trash. I gotta have health insurance. So the DJ health insurance is trash. Let me clear that shit up right now. So I always had a day job, and I think the reason why I've been able to still have the energy to do what I do, because the two jobs contrast each other. One job, I'm at a computer doing nerdy, geeky stuff. The second job, I'm at a computer doing a bunch of cool shit that everybody can't do. So I think that's kind of what keeps me going. And before y'all get started, it ain't the girls, it ain't the fame, it ain't none of that. I was the coolest and famous before I was DJing. So don't even bring that to me. Y'all can get that out of y'all heads.
Okay. Well, we know why you're consistent on that level, right? Obviously, your family and what you want to provide for your babies. What does that level of consistency require mentally? Because if you're up in the day, you're doing geeky stuff in the day, and then at night,
it requires a different level of mental fortitude.
okay.
And sadly, everybody doesn't have it. And I'll give you an example. There was a time when I first started DJing, I was on my own. Like, nobody was paying my bills. Everything was dependent on me. So, in my day job at the time, I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, just to give you an example, let's say I've had to DJ Monday night. Club closed at 2. If I don't have to wait around and get paid, I can get home or get to where I'm getting to about 2:30. But at the time, I was living so far out of the cities, and my job was closer to downtown. So I went and bought me this super expensive $600 sleeping bag. Kept you warm and 40 below zero. I would leave the club, drive, and go to the parking lot where my job was, and either sleep in the back of my truck in that sleeping bag,
Man.
or find a empty office in my building and get in that bag and sleep for that little hour and a half, 2 hours that I had. Get up, go brush my teeth, wash my face, and sit at that desk at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And I did that for years. And then where in today's times, I still do that to a sense. I just ain't got to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm at the gym because I don't want to be the typical fat, out of shape DJ. So like my DJ nickname is Mr. 405 because somehow they think I bench press 405 pounds. So because every time they see me it's either in the club with a heavy backpack or they see me at the gym lifting some heavy weights, doing something crazy. Shout out to my trainer. He used to be in a part of an R&B group, but that's for a different story.
Okay.
But yeah, it's mental fortitude. I think you add that with the not wanting to fail and having responsibility of being with someone and having a partner and trying to facilitate a lifestyle for them, having kids, being with the kids on every day on a daily basis and making sure they see that work, consistency, persistence, that they see all these things in me, and hopefully it gets passed down to them from them seeing me work. Even right now, my daughter, Dad, you gotta go to work. Oh, I wish you didn't have to go to work. And I have to explain to her why I go to work. Them Jordans you got on? Yeah. The iPad you got? Yeah. If I don't go to work, you can't have none. Oh yeah, okay, go to work, Dad. Easy, no problem, no brainer. Okay. So they get it.
Yeah. Well, something else that stood out to me that I wanted to ask you is, you don't drink. Okay. What led to that? Especially being in the nightlife.
Man, listen. Okay, so let me clear it up. I do drink occasionally. Not all the time, but there was a time where I used to be in the club getting lit. I'm talking back to back Incredible Hulks.
Oh.
Listen, if y'all ever want to be in the club, get you some Hypnotic and some Hennessy. Mix it together.
I know all about it.
And you'll be drunk, you'll be lit, but you'll be so animated and have so much energy. Like when I was drinking, I don't want to say heavy, but more, that was like the drink of choice, or a Hennessy Red Bull. Crazy thing about Hennessy Red Bull, when you mix the two together, the little bite that burns your chest, that put them 3-4 chest hairs on your hair with the Hennessy, put Red Bull in it. Take that right out. You're good.
Listen.
But I figured with me DJing, realistically, what made me stop drinking so much was with me DJing 4-5 nights a week, every week for years. Just imagine, even with drinking one drink, that's borderline alcoholic. So I just decided to stop. And even when I did drink, I guess I'm what you consider a social drinker. I don't know. It's just the crazy thing about it. I will say this: I'm a very cold DJ when I'm drunk. And it sounds backwards, but I concentrate so much more, and I think of songs that I would never think about playing. And yeah, because I have some recordings from Aqua. If y'all in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and y'all remember Aqua or Cream, y'all done had some nights. Guess who was DJing?
Man.
So yeah, them $2 blue MFers. That the club was packed at 9:30. And listen, like it used to be, I'll be drunk and I'll start a whole "You Got Served" dance battle in the middle of the club. Like that's how. But yeah, drinking is just, it got to a point to where I wanted to remember what I was doing.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel good when I was leaving the club. And drinking just didn't do that for me all the time. I think I have more fun casually drinking every once in a while than if I drink all the time.
Yeah.
And to me, so yeah, I still get people send me bottles, people send me drinks and shots, and that's what the girls is around for. Hey, go say you go, yeah, take that. And then there's always that freeloader dude that's standing right next to you. You have no idea who this person is. You just give him a drink, so hoping that he leave. Like, it's different, but also it's so much negative, so many negative things that happen in the club. I be wanting to be aware of my surroundings and what's going on. And so, and that's coming from a retired, highly active gang member. It's like that, the tendencies, so I had to stop and I stopped wanting to feel like I have to be on guard all the time. And I think that helped me into being a better DJ, because once I let that having to be guard or having to be tough or having to protect myself or protect my friends, once I was able to let that go and be able to operate with a clear mind, a lot of times I'm the person that diffuses things, whether it's with the music, whether it's me just being the sober one, and kind of helping things out. So, do I miss it? Nah, but like I said, every once in a while y'all see me lit, but my type of lit don't be like other people's lit. I know my limitations. There was one time I didn't know my limitations, and I woke up in my backyard. I don't even know how I got home, nothing. So
a whole hangover moment.
It was my birthday. So yeah, all I remember, I walked in the club and it was 1:15 and the club closed at 2. They handed me 2 bottles of Ciroc, and from the time I walked in the club to the time we got to my actual booth, I drank half that bottle.
Oh, my goodness.
I was gone.
Oh my goodness.
I was drinking. Ciroc was like Kool-Aid to me at the time. So
and then they kept coming out with them flavors. I know. So
no Diddy. The flavor, he had peach, apple bottoms,
watermelon.
Yeah.
That was the summer drink.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't a KY special edition.
Lord, we gonna cut that part out. Listen, you.
My bad, Diddy. My bad. Don't make me go get no cheesecake, fam. It's all good.
Listen. So we know why you do it. We know the level of consistency. We know you're obviously self-aware because you don't drink anymore. How do you separate nightlife from your real life at home?
That was, for me, it was always easy. I've always kept all that stuff separated. And that's stressful on relationships, when you have a relationship, because it's like trying to let people know that you're in a relationship, but not overdo it and always posting them. And it's because like now, if you look at my Instagram page, on my Facebook page. I go on there and crack jokes every once in a while, and all you see is a bunch of videos and flyers of DJing stuff. You would not be able to figure out my relationship status, my kid status from most of my social media. You would have to be on the inside of the know, or I have to talk to you. But that, for myself, if I was not in a relationship, that separation is super easy.
Yeah.
But when you're in a relationship, it's not. Because I'm going to be real, some of y'all females is real shiesty. And like, it sucks to be, and I tell this to other DJs too, whether people believe it or not, like, people always, the simple fact that somebody else would tell me that I'm famous. And my rebuttal is, I'm only famous to like 3-4 people on the north side. That I always say that. But the simple fact that people think that I am famous makes me a target. And so I know that there's females out there that don't care about me or who I am. They just want to talk to me to test my girl.
Yep.
To test my woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl don't even like me. They only doing it because they want to get in my girl head. You know what I'm saying? Get in my woman's head. Like, to me, that's insane. So realizing that, and then of course, naturally, I wasn't always the best guy in relationships. I done massive amounts of stuff. So I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm this angel and I'm just always.
You've been delivered?
Huh?
You've been delivered?
I don't know about delivered. There's too many T's in there.
Said I'm a changed man now.
Yeah, but I think just caring about my home life.
Yeah.
And caring about peace, I had to make certain sacrifices with how I interact. Like, for example, I know me portraying myself as single will make, for example, more women to come out and see me DJ, whatever the case may be. But I would rather not do that. Now, I don't put my whole personal life on blast, but people by now should know I'm in a relationship. People by now should know that I have kids. They might not know specifics, but they know. And so far, within the last years, I'm not gonna give a date or a number. It's been getting better, but it's progress. It's slow progress because it's definitely hard to separate. Because in today's day and age, people are nosy. And even when they're not nosy, they try to put your life together through what you post and what you don't post on social media.
Yep.
They try to dictate, your lifestyle. And it's like, I've heard so many rumors about me that somebody told me that I was like insane. I remember one night, my girl gets a call. Yo, man out here picking up bitches in his car. Now, mind you, I'm laying right next to her. When she gets
Y'all messy.
So, yeah.
Y'all
so it's stuff
messy.
like that. And it's like, and I know my personality. I have a outgoing, attractive personality where people would just want to talk to me and have some. And like, in today's day and age, my niceness and how I am in certain instances, it can come across as flirting to somebody else. So I damn near don't even be talking to anybody. I damn near like see a girl, yeah, what's up? I gotta give her a dap, like I don't want no smoke.
Because being nice is flirting when you in a relationship, apparently. Like, being nice is flirting. You can smile, you can say hello, and they think that meant something, and now you swatting flies for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and so, and then, and that's, it's not always about what you do, it's about how other people perceive you.
Yeah.
And trying to balance that is what's hard. Because you still want to be successful and respectful and nice to what you do.
Yeah.
So you have to handle certain situations in a certain way. But it's the work-life balance and to try to keep my personal life out of that stuff. And I get it. In today's day and age, everybody wants to know everything about you. And there's a lot of people that are successful at showing their whole entire lives. ins and outs, the good and bad. I don't want to do that. I don't want people to know. I don't even want people, even when I park in areas where can't nobody find me or follow me. I don't even want people to know when I'm driving. That's just me. I've never, it's because it's tough. I know how people are. Like, I don't use social media the way a lot of other people use social media. Social media is a weapon. People use it as a weapon. Mm-hmm. They don't be on social and they not really posting on media. They use it as a weapon. And using it as a weapon come with different variations of how they use it, but it's used as a weapon. And I try to make my social media to where it can't be used a weapon against me or anyone else. But sometimes I feel like that. And it's tough. Because like I said, you have people that are just like to stir stuff up. Men and women. I'm not even going to say it's because it's some suckers, some men out here just, but people in general and how they use social media is flabbergasting me. And maybe because I'm older and maybe that's the way you're supposed to use social media, but I don't think that's what it's for. I think social media is literally what it's to be social, and you doing all that negative, sneaky, fraudulent, goofy, weird animosity, jealous, my baby daddy, my baby mama, clapping cheeks. Now I'm a wholesome woman and all. Chill.
Listen, low key, I feel like the men be more messy. In my opinion, from what I've seen and witnessed, and this can be we could table it for another day, but I feel like the men be more messy than the women from the experience that I've seen as far as nightlife and relationship and who messing with who.
Yeah, because what's happening is the men are being messy with multiple women. Or multiple women and multiple guys, and just getting their cheeks clapping cheeks. What? Yeah. So everybody is clapping or getting clapped. That's just the nature of the business. And for me to be in the business and not be in that, and I'm just on the outside looking in, it's funny to me. But I get what you're saying. But I also think that happens because the dudes be getting caught up. And now in today's and age, y'all women have spent 30 years telling us we need to be more in touch with our emotions and be emotional. The problem is most men can't handle their own emotions. So the emotions that come out, they end up acting like women. And then y'all don't like them, and then you find out they was getting their cheeks clapped, and it's just a whole nother thing. Now you being messy and he being messy because somebody's cheeks got clapped that wasn't supposed to get clapped.
Listen, you're banned from saying cheeks on this show forever now.
I mean, it's my perspective and it's polished.
You can't say cheeks no more, fam.
I mean, I'm saying though, it's
okay, so we're moving along. So boom. You built the skill, the name, and the consistency. What did joining the We the Ones tour feel like? What did that feel like on that big stage?
Man, the We the Ones tour. First off, I gotta give a shout out to my guy Verma, Blake, Diddy, Meeks, and everyone else. They're the ones that kind of enabled me to get my foot in the door to even experience that. So big shout out to them. It wouldn't have happened without any of them. So I got to give them a prize, especially Verma, because he pushed for it for so long, and he finally made it happen. But it was scary at first. Not because I didn't have the skill or because I'm doing arenas. It was just different because you're dealing with so many other stars. And I think one thing that I didn't do that I felt like I should have done is when I went, I kind of made myself disappear in a sense.
How so?
Because I'm there just as the warm up to get people started. That's how I looked at DJing for the We the Ones comedy show tour. The stars are all the comedians.
Okay.
And I didn't want to put myself in the realm of being that famous or being that star, when in actuality I should have. And the reason why I should have is because it would have made the show better. Because I have the personality. I can tell a joke or two, not like them, but I know I can interact. There were so many things that from the outside looking in that I could have did differently. But it was at first it was intimidating because it was to travel and hopping on a plane and sleeping for an hour. Travel was crazy. I think it was 36 cities, and it was back to back to back to back almost every weekend from February to the end of May. So This was like off the chain. It was definitely a learning experience. I definitely learned a lot talking to Mojo. Me and Mojo super cool. I learned a lot from Duval. I learned a lot from Tony Roberts. I even learned a lot from behind the scenes. Shout out Big E. The setup and the production. I think being on that tour, when I came home, one, it showed me that you're never going to get the props and the respect that you deserve at home. I got more praise and bigged up in all these other cities where people didn't have no idea who I was versus here. And it's like, it kind of like hurts your soul. And I understand how people want to move away or they feel bitter towards their hometown because it hurts that it's like, oh, y'all don't understand. I've been doing this for years. Like, I've been at this for y'all. And it's not even just me. I can name other artists. I can name other DJs that should be sent up on the stratosphere and put up on a pedestal here. But we're not. And it's like, they just see us as the dude that I went to high school with or the dude that I used to work with. Yeah. They just see us that as nothing else. Well, but you calling this dude to get some tickets to the show. Yeah. You calling this dude to get into my event.
And let's be real about that. Not to cut you off. Yeah. That's not everywhere. That's Minnesota. In my opinion, that's Minnesota because look at how Chicago embraces Mojo. Yeah. We love anybody that comes from where we come from. If they are really representing us well and they're really talented, you're going to get nothing but love from Chicago. Yeah. I feel like here is so small. Not necessarily small, but it's so close knit that they only see you by how they know you.
So I agree with you, but just being in the industry so long, there's so many different sides to what's happening. You have the side of when you get big here in Minnesota, the hating and the rumors just start to amount to something ridiculous. I'll give you an example. There were two artists that were buzzing in the city, and they were making a lot of noise. And us DJs were playing these artists' music in the clubs like all the time, consistently. Like it was in a regular rotation, which is rare for Minnesota artists. Making buzz. He started doing all the popular podcasts and freestyle, like moving, making major moves. All of a sudden, he is snitch. He on paperwork. Now, they posted the paperwork online. So I look at the paperwork, and let's just for the sake of the argument, let's say if he was snitching. The paperwork was from like 8 years ago. So in my head, well, not in my head, this is me being on Facebook and being somewhat messy. I decided to post, hey, I got a question for y'all. Are y'all really mad at this rapper for snitching? Or are y'all mad that his music is buzzing right now and yours is not? Because it can't be both. Because the only people I seen sharing the snitching allegations were other rappers. So y'all are like a bunch of haters to me. So that's why I said what I said. So you have that aspect. Then you have the aspect that we talked about where people just see you as the same old Dante, the same old Missy, the same old this, the same old that, and they never see you for what you are. They only see you for what they know you as.
They're subscribed to that version of you.
Yep. And it's like, just because your life didn't elevate doesn't mean my life didn't elevate. No, you don't have to be famous to elevate, but elevation is elevation. Motion is motion. Doesn't matter how you do it, what it's for, but as long as you continuously grow and get bigger, that's what matters. And I think people in Minnesota forget that. And the other flip side to that, people feel entitled to you, or they feel entitled to your likeness. Like there's 10 artists that's on Facebook and Instagram right now crying about no DJs playing their music. Nobody support their music. Nobody cares about them or to invest in their careers. Well, first off, you probably should start off by investing in your own career. If you not investing in your own career, that means we don't think you taking it serious. So why should we take you serious? Second of all, you cannot force people to like you. You can have the greatest music in the world. If people don't like you, they don't like you. You can have all the money in the world to buy your way on the radios, the videos, the blogs, because you can do that. But the people still have to like you. And you cannot force people to like you. Right now, there's somebody's mom that don't like them. Like, yes, fam, your mom don't like you. And you know what? You can't force your mom to like you. There's nothing you can do about it. It has to be something that she decides to do. It is a feeling. So there's so many aspects to fame and notoriety. And for years, people have told me, you need to move. You should go to Atlanta. You should go to New York. You should do this. And I feel like, and I felt it, like if I went to New York, I probably would have been one of the new DJs on Hot 97 that Funk Flex was getting. Like I would, if I was in Atlanta, I would have been down there with Greg Street and all the rest of them. Like I had the connections in the pub, but I never wanted to move. One, because I had my kids here. I built a relationship here with, so everything that I love is here. So I never wanted to leave. I would have traveled, but I never wanted to leave. And I always wanted to make Minnesota to where it was. Like, even when Next NIM came about, to me, they should have been even bigger. But they were in that cusp of, we just hate. They're from Minnesota. Or it was the Minneapolis versus St. Paul beef. And it's just hate. And I'm glad Prince never got that, because he would have never been
who he is. Was. Yep, who he was.
So, yeah, it's tough being from Minnesota. There's so many different aspects, and I definitely understand why people want to leave. I will say, while I was on tour for the comedy show with We The Ones, also whenever I travel and DJ anywhere else, when I tell somebody where I'm from, one, they don't never believe, like, damn, you from Minnesota and you DJ like that? Two, the other thing they say, oh, you from where all them hating ass people at? That's what Minnesota's known for, is hating ass people.
I thought that was just the thing that we experienced here. They know that?
No, that's embarrassing. That is a known thing. And the third thing that Minnesota is known for, and this is a real statistic, we are #1 in the world for groupies. Athlete groupies. So we're known for haters and groupies. Minnesota, we gotta change this. Y'all, let me help y'all, help you, and help me. We help each other.
Help us.
Yes. So we gotta change this narrative. We can't be haters and groupies. Like this, we gotta change this, Minnesota. I don't know how we gonna do it, but let's have a TED talk and figure this out.
Okay. I don't want to take too much away from your moment, so I want to just go back there for a second. When you actually were on the stage, like for the first time, did you have like a moment of like really, I did this. You talked about a little bit of the imposter syndrome that you had, feeling like you should have done more to kind of like just be seen more and put yourself out there more.
Yeah.
What was that I really did this moment like?
I think making friends on the tour. Just like, it wasn't even being on the stage and the stage presence, because besides like having time limits to certain things, rocking the crowd is rocking the crowd. There was times where it's ups and downs because of, I always felt like they're not here to see me or hear me. They're here for these comedians. And that kind of stopped me from putting more of myself out there. So it wasn't a fear factor, but it was just like, they're here for comedy, not for music. But now looking hindsight of how they're running the comedy show this year, it makes me like, man, I really should have been doing the same stuff that I be doing in these clubs and going crazy and getting on the microphone. I should have been doing that there for the tour. But it's all right. It was definitely a learning moment. I think the only time that I felt something, but once it got crowded and the crowd got there, it was like cakewalk. It was when we was at the Barclays in New York.
Okay.
One, my girl and my daughter was there with me, and just walking in the arena, even though nobody was in there, just walking in with them and talking to my daughter about stuff and listening to her on the mic during sound check, and just a proud moment to have my family there and being in the mecca of hip hop. Like, man, so many things are running through my head because I'm a music head, so I can think about all this music just going through my head.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to feel that fear, or for lack of better words, whatever you want to call it, when the arena was empty.
Yeah.
But when it got packed, when I tell you this New York, my New York set in New York, in the Barclays, whew, boy, you could tell me nothing. Like, you can't tell me nothing after that. So it was like, I felt like that was a defining moment for me. I can't even describe the feeling, but the ease went away when it got packed. When it got packed, I got geeked up. I didn't get nervous. It was like, oh yeah, it's on. I felt more of the nervousness because it was like, my girl's there, my daughter's there. It's New York. I can't, like, yeah, it was dope. Yeah, that was a crazy moment for me. The Barclays.
Okay.
And then Oakland and LA. Because I ain't gonna hold you, that LA set was crazy too. Because when I dropped that Kendrick and mixed it with Tupac Hit 'Em Up, boy, if you ain't never seen a crowd go crazy when Hit 'Em Up came,
I can only imagine.
yeah, in LA. In LA.
I can only imagine. Once you reach that level, you don't move the same anymore, right? How has touring changed how you show up in Minneapolis?
Give me my monies. Monies. Not money, monies.
Yeah.
With an IES, monies.
The price then went up.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So definitely that. But I just look at moments different. And DJing in these huge arenas full of thousands of people and traveling made me respect the smaller little rooms even more.
Okay.
So now, even like when we do R&B XL, it's not big in there, but I DJ like it's big in there. When we do these rooftop parties, it's not big on the rooftop, but I DJ like it's big in there. Now, I tell a story. So skip about paying me more. I'm not just a DJ anymore. I am an entertainer. That's why my name is Dante Inferno. not DJing for. I'm when I show up, you have no idea what I'm about to do. All you know, you are going to go on a musical ride. You don't know what ride. You might cry. You might call your ex. You might go to the store and get a plan B. Like whatever's about to happen. Something different. You're going. I started focusing on experiences.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. One of our monthly events, Strictly R&B, which coming up this Saturday, by the way. Make sure y'all slide through Strictly R&B, Spring Bling. Wear your best of the best. It's sundress season. Stop wearing them boxing suits to the club. Them little wrestling joints, y'all girls, no, that's out.
The jumpsuits?
Yes. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Spring, it's warm now. We're not doing that. The last time I did Strictly R&B, I decided to not only DJ, but I decided to take people on a journey throughout the history of relationships. And when I tell you, the crowd was interacting with me. So like, for example, I'll go, you remember when you was a certain age, when you couldn't just smash a girl and you had to sneak and do it, and you had to do it within a certain time before your mom and your dad came home, or they mom and they dad came home, and you used to make a playlist for your girl. Not a playlist, but back then we called them mixtapes. We used to make the mixtape for the girl. And then when you come up and you play the mixtape, and the first song on the mixtape be like, my mind's telling me no. The crowd went nuts. Everybody got to sing it.
Yeah. R. Kelly gonna do it every time.
Cut the song off. But then you found out the girl done cheated on you. Now you mad and angry and sad and you hurt. Then I drop Avant Separated. Crowd went crazy on that. So I'm cutting the story short just so you can see how this night went. It wasn't even like people left crying.
Oh my goodness.
People like somebody came to like, man, I lived everything you just said, fam. Man, I done got caught up. She done got caught. I caught her STD. I said, I never put that in the story. Yeah. I was like, that wasn't in the story. That's your story. Hold that for yourself. But I see what you're saying. I see where you're going. I feel you. So it was, now it's about experiences. And like, even though I never really DJ'd for myself and just played the music that I like, now I'm even more focused on experiences. Mm-hmm. I'm watching people, and now I try to think of the stories behind the music, and it's fun now. It's about the experiences. I think that's what the comedy show, the We the Ones tour, and like listening to how the comedians would deliver certain jokes. Mm-hmm. And how we'll travel from city to city, and they might tell the same joke, but they tell it in a whole different way because of the city they're in or the vibe that the crowd was giving them. And it's an experience. Yeah. So I took that from those comedians, and now I've kind of put that within my DJing realm. And so far, it's been working out. It's to the point to where, you know, cats don't be wanting to pay me. I just be like, I'm not DJing for that. Nope. But they can't deny what I bring. They can't deny my skill. They can't deny the experience. They can't deny any of that. So you can either pay me for what you know that I'm gonna do, or just don't book me and call it a day.
All right. I'm gonna step it up just a little bit.
Uh-oh. This sounds like some trouble.
What's one thing about the nightlife industry that people get completely wrong? Be real.
That's tough, cause they're not really not wrong, because what they think does happen, just not with everybody. People have to realize you have to stop putting nightlife people in boxes. I don't fit in a nightlife box. I work in a nightlife. I DJ it. I show up, do my job, go home. I don't do all the extra stuff that you be hearing. Also, on top of that, if I wasn't a DJ, I would never be in the club. I'm not a nightclub person. I don't go to clubs.
Okay.
Only time I've ever went to clubs is to visit one of my DJ friends, or it was somebody's birthday I know. We just going out to support them, but I'm not a club person. Okay. I'm a gym rat. That's it. And a music head. Other than that, I don't need no club. So I think people have to take the stigma out. Stop putting nightlife people in the box. Just like, for example, with strippers. I've been around strippers that all the stigmas and the things that you think about strippers do, that they do all of it. Mm-hmm. I've also been around strippers that strip their way through school, strip their way to owning their own businesses and retire from strip. Like, there's certain things you have to realize about people. Mm-hmm. And I think they're not necessarily wrong about the things that go on in nightlife. I think people have some weird thought processes to it. Like, people don't understand what it takes to really bring a major concert. People don't understand part of the reason why a lot of these major concerts that y'all be wanting to come here to Minnesota don't come here is because y'all don't buy tickets early enough. And the reason why you have to buy tickets early enough is because the production and to book these artists, just like right now, there's something coming up at the Armory in May with YFN, Lucci, Big Boogie, bunch of other people. And it's like new Ratchet versus old Ratchet. Like, it's the perfect concert. That concert probably won't happen if people don't buy tickets on time. Because what people don't realize, that concert probably costs $400,000 up front. Mm-hmm. So they need to at least sell some type of tickets where, let's say, $100K worth of tickets, so they know we can sell the rest at the door. Like, I think that's a misconception of nightlife. People think, oh, the promoter didn't pay the back end, and it's not. That does happen, but not always. A lot of times, everything is based off ticket sales and demographics. That's a high misconception. Another misconception is not a misconception, but y'all need to stop smoking weed in the club. I'm gonna clear that up now. Just stop, especially if it's bad weed. The misconception is that the weed that y'all smoke in the club is, they call it rapper weed. That shit smell like Lipton tea that y'all burning in them whatever y'all be rolling. Stop it.
It burns my throat. It smells like they smoking ducks.
Yeah, and it burns my throat, and I don't even smoke. So I can and I come on. I started wearing basketball outfits to the club in the summertime because I didn't want none of my good clothes to come home smelling like whatever y'all smoking. So I really feel bad for girls that got them super duper expensive ass wigs and weaves. It's tight on y'all. Like, boy, y'all be smelling like bubble gum, clap cheeks, and rapper weed.
That's your last time.
And I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. We smell all of that shit. So take the wig off, put it in the washer. I don't know if that's what y'all supposed to do with it, but put it in the washer.
What?
And then put it in the dryer and put 3 Downy dryer sheets in there with your wig.
He said the wigs be smelling like Black and Mouse.
Listen, y'all gotta quit coming to the club smelling like seafood boils. See, this is why I can't get interviewed, man.
Listen,
my mind is everywhere
and
right now.
it's your last time. Okay, well, with 15 plus years in the game, has that changed, basically how you carry yourself in the city? Has it changed? Like, have you ever had to check somebody? Be real. I'm being messy.
Ooh, check somebody about what? I mean,
anything. Your money, how they talk to you.
I will say now I'm probably more diplomatic about things.
Okay.
But I don't want to say people fear me in the city, but there are people that may whisper, have certain feelings, think whatever, but they'll whisper it. It won't never come to me. They'll keep it somewhere because they know I'm gonna say something about it. They know I'm gonna do something about it. But I haven't had to check anybody in a long time. There's videos surfacing of me socking some people out in clubs.
Oh. Okay.
I remember one of my first gigs when we did DJ the party, and the promoters tried not to pay me, and I was in there with the homies, and I told them, they like, "What you get paid?" Nah, dude didn't want to pay me. He keep ducking me. All right, hold on. All of a sudden, hey, we took all the money from the door. What you want? So there's that. So a lot of times I had my friends like they was just so I feel like some of my friends, they consider me, it was like a golden child. They seen something in me.
Yeah.
That they didn't want me to do that stuff. They would rather them do it than for me to do it, because they like, nah, you got to do this.
Yeah.
You destined to do this.
You keep your hands clean.
So there was a lot of that. So, but there, like I said, there's some videos surfacing of some, yeah. But not recently.
Okay. All right. Well, what's one boundary you've had to learn the hard way? Because boundaries matter in this space.
Watch who's around me. And I say that because, like, in today's day and age, it's like the cool thing to people to be wanting to hang out in the DJ booth. Like, to be behind the DJ, even if they don't know you, they just want to be in the DJ booth. I don't understand it. And like there's been so many times where I would DJ and there's somebody standing right here to me and I have no idea who this person is.
The women ain't the groupies.
That part too. But the women, the problem is with the women be doing stuff that you don't know about.
What they be doing?
And then all of a sudden, if you're in a relationship, you get phone calls.
They be taking pictures and stuff?
Man, listen. I'll be DJing and all of a sudden there's somebody who got on Snap, somebody that took a picture, and it's all of a sudden who's that girl in the booth?
Lord.
I don't know. And I really don't be knowing. Like, a lot of times I'll be oblivious to certain things. And I just be like, okay, I'm going to just focus on my job. Or I get to the point where I got to tell security, you got to move these people around. There's too many people in there. But I think that was one of the boundaries, having so many people around me, especially if I didn't know them, especially if they were women, because women be having ulterior motives and hidden agendas that don't even have nothing to do with you, that you don't know nothing about. And you can get the situations where you get caught up on social media and whatever else the case, and yeah, it turns into a lot. So you have to have boundaries on that. The other boundaries is money and getting paid. I don't waver on my prices. If you ask me to DJ something, I give you a price. Whatever price I give you, whether it's high or low, that's what I'm gonna give you. I don't want to negotiate it. I don't want to. Oh man, well, if you can only do an hour, like, nah, it's this price. No matter if I show up for 45 minutes, it's this price. Y'all just gotta accept that fact. The other boundaries that I would have, that I had to really set, I feel like I'm to a point to where I just don't want to DJ at certain places or certain events anymore. And don't get me wrong, I love making the money, but some things in some places just are dead end, and it's just to collect some money. And if I have the money and the means and I'm good, I would rather not take those jobs. I think that was another boundary. And I think the other biggest boundary is still trying to live a peaceful life and family at home. So I try to separate the DJ stuff from my family life as much as I can. But I will say it does feel good sometimes to be able to, like, bring my daughters to where I'm DJing.
Yep.
My girl comes out to where I'm DJing. Like, it does feel good to get that and feel that support where they get to see dad in action, or, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But other than that social media, I got to separate all that stuff. 'Cause it's just, Yeah.
So that's a huge boundary.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, Dante, you've seen a lot and you've done a lot. What do DJs in, I would say, in Minneapolis and beyond, what do they need to understand that nobody told you? What's a gem that you can drop?
Stop clapping so many cheeks. No, nah, something that no one never told me. Always have fun. Because if you don't have fun and you're not energetic, how are you expect someone that's watching you or listening to you to have that energy or have fun? So always keep that in mind. Whatever personal problems that you have, leave it at the door when you walk in the club. You can't let that affect your DJing. You got to let it go. Or just don't show up. Have another DJ fill in your spot. Work with other DJs more. Gig swapping is okay. I think gig swapping, even though we're swapping gigs, you still should get paid and that other DJ should get paid type of thing. Nobody should be DJing sets for free, especially if you're a skilled DJ.
Right.
Focus on networking and relationships. If there was something that I would have done different, I would have had better networking and better relationships and built my fan base differently. Like, for example, I always admired DJ Advance here. The way he built his fan base was from, I damn near want to say from middle school to college. And no matter what party he does, he has this core group of people that show up on top of people that's just friends of him. Me, on the other hand, I have fans, and I have no idea who any of these people are. And I appreciate them, and you did a great job, or I just know them from social media or Facebook, and I don't know them from anywhere else. I wish I had a closer fan base, because I see how important that is in today's day and age. Because that closer fan base, for example, when you share a flyer or share a poster, share a mix, all of them people are going to share.
Yeah.
Versus having a distant fan where they feel funny sharing it, or you can't even see that they shared it. It's a social media has changed the game, I would say, but build your fan base up. Never get too cocky or big headed. That I feel like that's what some people say. I got an ego. I really don't. I think people misconstrue having confidence and knowing I'm good at what I do versus just having this huge like male bravado ego. I know when to reel my ego back. I know when to listen and when to learn. People with egos don't never listen and don't ever learn. That's not me. And that'll be it. That's what I would say.
Okay. What separates getting gigs from actually building a career?
The networking and relationships that you build and your business acumen before, during, and after you do a gig. That all matters. And I've never had like a manager. I had people that wanted to try, but I never had a manager or a booking agency. I've been doing everything on my own. There were people here and there that set things up, but for the most part, it was always just me. I do feel that if you have get you a team. If you have a team of people, if you got a homeboy that's in school for graphic design, another person that does videography and photography, if you got someone who's in business school that like contracts, or somebody that's in marketing management, utilize all these people. Try to get all of them to be on the same boat and do it for free until you get paid DJing enough that you can pay all these people. But those are the type of things I wish I had. I never had those type of people behind me or backing me. I had friends that supported me, but their support was just showing up and partying, which is not wrong. It's not bad. I never had the friends that oh, you DJ, you know what? I want to be a booking agent. Let me help you get, I never had that type of person, or somebody that wants to be a manager, or somebody wants to do marketing, and I'm like their guinea pig to try out their marketing ideas. Like, I never had any of that stuff. Trust me, it goes a long way if you have a team, because every successful DJ that I have that it's seen now, and today's newer ones, they have a team. And even when the older ones get a team, they hit a different level. I felt like I still haven't hit my max level yet. Even at my age, I haven't hit my max level yet because I've been doing everything myself.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to give some type of insight to people that's just starting in the industry right now. I think that's really essential. But for now, we're going to switch it up just a little bit. This is rapid fire. Don't think too hard. Just go. All right?
Gotcha.
All right. Who's the coldest DJ in the game right now besides yourself?
Coldest in the game?
Mm-hmm.
DJ Fresh.
Okay. Who's up next in Minneapolis?
DJ?
Mm-hmm.
Z-Russ.
Okay. Dopest celebrity you've experienced in your career so far?
Dopest?
Mm-hmm.
Mojo Brooks.
What's the craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
That I shot 4 people in the club.
What?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
I'm going to cut that part out. Okay. What do you value most about your career?
The friends, not the fake club only friends, but the friends that we talk about stuff and we do stuff that has nothing to do with the nightlife, and we're more than just business partners. I would say those people.
I love that. Okay. What one genre you'll never let go of?
Rap, trap, hip hop. That's just not going nowhere.
Okay.
Die Hard.
Club or festival?
Whichever pay more.
Oh, okay. Early set or primetime set?
The whole set. Nah, that's...
You got to choose.
I can't... damn. Because I have fun doing both. I would say early set because it's more of a challenge.
Okay.
Later sets is... yeah.
Okay.
Early sets.
One song that'll always move a crowd. What's that one hit? It's going to do it every time.
Jeezy, Get Your Mind Right.
Ooh. Jeezy days. Boy.
I still
Okay.
can play it. I can drop it right now. Y'all gonna get up and start going crazy.
Let me talk to him.
Yep. See?
Okay. Legacy or money?
Damn. Both.
Gotta choose. You thinking real hard. This is supposed to be fast.
Money, because I'd rather have some money and don't nobody know who I am.
Okay.
I can build a legacy with the money. The kids is gonna be good. The wifey gonna be good.
Okay. Well, that's real. That's exactly what conversations like this is for. You know, I feel like we dug into your legacy. I think that you definitely have one. It's still actually being written here. I love that you gave gems to the people that's upcoming in the industry. That's so essential. And believe it or not, there's people that's watching every step of the way. Like, you have no idea for you to be on tour this year, what that did for people and what that let them know was tangible for them. So that's so big, and I hope you know that. So this is the end of our interview. Thank you for tuning in. This is Polished Perspective, a seat at the table and the story behind it. I'm your host, Amnesty, and until next time.
And since she said I can't say clapping cheeks no more, now you can polish cheeks. Polish
Bro,
cheeks.
Cut it out.
That's my perspective.
And
yeah.